Tá, continuando a missão aqui. Eu vou trocar minha arma porque no outro vídeo lá eu matei karma errado, bicho. Vou trocar essa arma aqui. Aqui. Pegar essa. Essa bala aqui, vamos tirar essa aqui. Vamos lá então. Esse aqui. A primeira, munição. E tira aqui. Aí. Agora vamos ir na missão. Vamos ver a missão aqui. Missão. Vá para o lago. É, lá naquele lago que eu tava. No outro vídeo eu meti fogo lá com a 300 no viado vermelho e perdi o diamante do viado vermelho. Ali, vamos ver ali o que é fazer. Correndo, né? Não sei que não vai sobrar um bicho aqui, mas tem nada. Opa. Tem aqui, opa, tem lá, ó. Tem minha, opa. Tem um matinho lá, ó. Dá um tiro daqui lá já. Ver o que deu aqui. Ah! Tá bom. É, aquele lá acho que eu errei. Quero ver, vamos ver se eu errei. Acho que eu acertei. Nem sei onde que foi. Olha lá, ó. Ele morto lá? É. Foi lá que eu... Aqui que eu errei o... Errei não, eu matei o diamante. Só que foi karma errado. Platim.
Don't fall in now. Wouldn't be the first time that's happened here.
É, platim. tá dando... Olha lá. Certo. DC-19. Dá um tirinho naquele lá pra ver se eu acerto. Boa. Vamos aqui, vamos ver o que tem que fazer aqui. Eu acho que tem que tirar foto. Vamos ver. Fotografe o salgueiro. Será que aqui dá já? Não. E não. Tá frente. Ah, deu ouro. Tá bom. Será que tem que ir lá perto? O que será? Ver como é que é aqui? Não é. Perto? É também. Eita.
That'll do. It's looking
Aí.
well. We had some hoon try to saw off one of the branches a few weeks ago. Can you believe? Luckily, someone managed to talk him out of it. Sometimes wedding parties will have the brides come up and sit on it. Wade right into the water and soak those dear dresses. That tree is 80 years old. Started off as a stray branch nailed to a fence. It's a tribute to tenacity, if you ask me. Right, now for our next destination. Head down to the shoreline. There's a set of huge boulders there that have to be seen to be believed. I know what you're thinking. She's showing me some rocks. But trust me on this one.
Vamos ver. Ó, tem mais uma aqui, ó.
Our beaches are buzzing with natural activity. At least they used to be. You get more and more rubbish washed up all over the place lately. You know, bits of plastic pallets, runoff from factories further north. I swear I've seen tin cans with Australian brand names. We do our best, but we can't always prevent the poor critters ending up with junk in their bellies. Anyway, that's the situation. I'll get back to you when you arrive.
Vamos aqui
Just gonna
nesse
head off for
ponto
a minute and make some
avançado aqui
tea.
agora. Vamos lá. Vamos lá. Assim que eu chegar lá, eu já retorno aí. Chegando aqui. Tem um pato ali já. Olha. Vê se ela mata aquele pato. Aí. Peru aqui, cadê? Tá lá na negativa. Chegar ali pra ver o que nós temos que fazer aqui.
Oh, look at this. Couldn't help themselves, could they? One last hurrah before we shut the place down. This really can't wait, mate. There's a little blue penguin population nesting not far from here, and they'll gladly take this for food.
Beleza. Nós temos que ir ali. Juntar esse patinho aqui. Ouro. Ok.
Okay, that looks manageable. Let's clean this up and take the photo. Then we can talk hunting again.
Tem que limpar aqui, eu acho.
Well, as you can imagine, being featured in a host of box office hits has done wonders for our profile with tourists. Problem is, a lot of the people who come are just here to take a few photos, dump a heap of rubbish, and then leave unceremoniously. So we end up with messes like this one. I'd like to say that we've become the victim of our own success, but that's letting me off the hook. Right, there should be a stand over on the other end of the beach with rubbish bags and a picker.
A foto. Vamos ver aqui. Pegue um apanhador de lixo e um saco plástico. Apanhador de lixo.
We went to all the trouble of installing these and they still couldn't be bothered.
Agora vamos juntar o lixo. Será? Deve ser, é.
Looks like they had quite the little feast.
Agora temos que fazer o quê? Ver aqui, vamos ver o que tem que fazer. Limpe o lixo. Será que é aqui? Não. Acho que deve ter mais lixo. Aqui, ó.
These birds would have nightmares if you showed them some of what I've seen out here. Birds with stomachs so full of plastic they can't eat. South Island University. I knew
Tem
it.
mais lixo por aqui.
Way too many people around here who have never respected this place.
Ver se nós temos que pegar esse aqui também. Deve ter que pegar também. Vamos ver.
You can leave them over by the stand.
Aí.
There, spick and span. You made
Jogar
quick work
tudo
of
no
it.
lixo. Jogar tudo aqui no lixo. Pô, mas cabe tudo aqui.
That's a perfectly usable tent. No sense wasting it. Anyway, I've had enough of this. Now we need to ensure that we're attracting the right kinds of tourists, not just day trippers from Christchurch out on their school holidays. It's okay for people to come here and leave no trace, but it'd be better if we could rely on them to help us with our conservation goals. So hunters seem like the natural target audience. Our deer and goat populations need constant culling. And you better believe I've more faith in people who love the wilderness to respect the place than kids up to no good. At the risk of sounding like an old fusspot. Speaking of, let's do what we came to do and grab that photo.
Será que eu ganhei essa barraca? Essa barraca aqui não... Opa, vou ver o que tem aqui. Vamos ver. Vamos ver aqui, vamos ver. Fotografe a rocha.
Lovely use of lighting. I may have to hire you to help out on my next book project, if I ever finish the current one. There's a lot of theories about where these boulders came from. Volcanic activity, lightning, even aliens. I've heard them all over the years. The boffins will tell you they were formed over 60 million years ago on the sea floor, like pearls. But that's not the whole story. When people first arrived in New Zealand, they took their staple crop with them, kumara, otherwise known as sweet potato. Unfortunately for them, the weather in this part of the country isn't exactly conducive to growing much, and the tubers withered and died. So they sent word to the Polynesian homeland, and a canoe set sail with a hardier crop. But it was caught in an intense storm just off the east coast. Each wave that struck it was so large that it made a new hill. Those are the ones you'll see further inland, and all of the cargo went overboard. And that's what these boulders are. Petrified kumara, eel baskets, calabashes. The canoe itself formed the reef further up. Moral of the story? Things have long shelf lives. A lesson I wish someone had taught those kids. Right, feeling warmed up? Good. It's time for you to show me what you can do.
Ih, agora tudo.
Camera on?
E
Then you should have everything you need. I've got Josh to set it up. He told me to tell you that it's state-of-the-art, equipped with Wi-Fi, so any footage you grab is automatically uploaded to our server. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I guess I'll be able to see it on here. No pressure then. There's good hunting in the whole of this area, from up around where you cleared out the props earlier to closer to the beach. Take your pick. But just one thing, we want it to show up nice on camera, so no minnows.
não.
Try for something at least 30 kg. The larger the better. Should be no problem for a hotshot like you. No word back from our friends in Hollywood regarding the props, by the way. My guess is that some townie thought it'd be a hoot to grab them for their crib. But I'm not keen on the idea of someone wandering around when we're supposed to be closed to visitors. Anyway, nothing you need to worry about right now. Just focus on those killer shots.
Aí, agora acho que já apareceu a outra. Isto. Abate e recolhe um animal de mais de 30 quilos. Então, vamos atrás de um animal. Vamos lá. Assim que eu encontrar, já volto aí. Voltando aqui, nem andei muito, já achei ali, ó. Achei um ali de... um gamo ali. Já vamos dar ali uma chamuscada naquele gamo lá. Deu. Vamos lá recolher o bicho. Ué, os outros não fugiram. Ah não, então aqui lá também já vamos dar ali uma nele também. Ih, não é muito legal não. Mas vai morrer. Morrer, vai morrer. Morreu. Vamos lá. Vamos ver. Deu. É pra tá certo. Deu boa.
What a beaut!
Aí.
And that chase.
Boa.
Gonna make for some great footage. You're living up to your reputation, I'll give you that. A lot of people around here think that hunting's heyday peaked in the 70s and 80s. Back when you'd get scores of daredevils out in helicopters gunning down deer 3 at a time. That's not the done thing anymore, for a whole host of reasons. But these days we need hunters more than ever. And I'm glad I have you on board to help us show the world that. I grew up here, just west of the mountain range. We were a small community of outsiders living in sync with nature. No running water and only whatever electricity our generator could provide. You've got a fan here, whore. People from down in the local town used to call it a hippie commune, but I've never liked the term.
Qual dog
It was
aqui pra
about
achar?
sustainable living first and foremost. We weren't just there to not shower and sing Kumbaya all day. Josh gave me a hand posting some footage from your hunt to the reserve chat group, and it caught the eye of our resident sharpshooter, Melanie Murphy. So when I say the place is part of me, I mean it. Mum's family can trace their lineage here to the 14th century, and we've accumulated a lot of stories over the years. Melanie's the one who taught me to hunt. She's retired now, but back in the day she worked out on those helicopters with the best, or worst of them. Tough as nails and with a sharp tongue to boot. Some of those are about an animal that holds a special place in my heart.
O que faz aqui, fêmea?
Parkia, I mean European settlers, released moose here about 100 years ago. And there haven't been any confirmed sightings since the 1950s. We had a bit of a falling out 25 years ago. One of the choppers came down with us in it, so I injured my leg. But I swear to you, I saw one when I was little, staring straight at me out of a hazy morning mist. Ever since then, I've been determined to prove that they're still here. I won't go into it, but we should never have taken off that day, and Melanie knew it. Even written a book about it. Or am writing a book about it, I should say. I can't give it the conclusion it deserves yet. Well, these days we're cordial to each other, but not much else. I don't hold out much hope anymore. But I've got a few trail cameras scattered here and there. Usually just throw up deer herds and the occasional teenager behaving badly. But they're pretty low maintenance. Anyway, my mum always told me to let bygones be bygones and all that.
Missão. Chegue no posto avançado.
Head to the outpost. There shall be a battery pack on the table.
Aqui no posto avançado. Vamos ver agora o que é o outro. Pegar uma bateria. A bateria, vamos ver aqui onde é que tá a bateria. Ah, tá aqui. A bateria.
I've been meaning to get out there for ages, but then my legs started acting up again. Nice to have the help.
Ih, vou ter que ir lá pegar uma lanterna. É pra pegar uma lanterna. E agora ali deu. Troca a bateria da câmera ativada. Então é isso daí. Vou lá. Já volto aí. Tem um porquinho meio nervoso aqui. Cadê? Tá ali, ó. Então, vamos acalmar esse. Errei. Vamos ver ali. Tirei o troféu dele. Tirei na cabeça dele. Nem dava troféu também. Não vai dar muito boa não. Vamos ver aqui. Aqui o bicho velho. Prata também.
It's the camera turned toward the river. Just a little further up there.
Câmera. Cadê a câmera? Cadê a câmera? Tá aqui, ó. Ó. A câmera tá no ar, né?
Cheers. That should keep it going for another few years. Can you check the other cameras while you're here? Might give you some stalking suggestions, if nothing else.
Tem mais aqui, ó. Mais umas câmeras aqui. Ah, tá. Ali, ó. É invisível.
And when something shows up on these, 9 times out of 10, it's a stray deer.
Piada desgarrada. Vamos lá na outra. É uma dica já. Aqui tem piada vermelho. A outra também tá. Ó. Aqui deve ter alguma corda pendurada, uma linha. Aí a linha fica transparente, não vê? Ó. Vamos ver. É. Deve ser uma linha.
Between these little fellas and
Opa,
that props
aí, ó.
list, Christmas has come early this year.
Peru. Outro. Não deu pra ver onde que tá, não. Ah, tá aqui, ó. Também esse aqui tá pendurado ali, ó. Não sei como que botaram ali, mas tá ali.
There's our missing props.
Aí, ó.
But who? I don't honestly mind someone getting some use out of them as long as we're not
aqui.
deemed responsible. But that's a big bloody truck. There's no driving of anything larger than an ATV permitted in the reserve. Don't see any tracks, do you? Must have been a few days ago at the earliest. License plate's pretty clear at least. I'll do some detective work and let you know.
É uma... Aí, ó. Beleza, aí,
Don't
ó.
suppose you packed any swing togs, eh? Well, not to worry.
Terminamos. Pressas.
Getting to our next destination involves a bit of spelunking. But a flashlight and some waterproof boots should be all you need. Head to the cave I've marked on your hunter mate. Unless you'd rather climb over those mountains. No? Didn't think so.
Olha lá. 2 e pouco. A primeira que eu vou colocar aqui tem um ponto de vantagem. Não, de habilidades. Vamos ver aqui. Onde é que eu preciso aqui? Perseguidor. Não, eu vou pra cá. Eu vou abrir esse daqui, ó, que é do atração fatal. Maior chance de provocar uma resposta à localização dos animais próximo ao... Por aqui. Esse daqui reduz o dano sofrido. Não, esse aqui é... Gente, eu vou por aqui mesmo. Aí. Boa. Aí. Agora temos que ir lá naquele lá. Então vamos achar aqui. Aqui infelizmente eu vou ter que ir caminhando até o próximo.